Hi there, welcome to my hobby bench. My name is Ken, and today we're going to review the Meng 1/72nd M2A3 Bradley with BUSK 3. Now, as you can see, this is Meng Kit 72005. You can see the artwork on the front here. We have on the side of the box, we have our color callouts here. They're using AK. Again, 1/72nd scale, kit number 72005. And on this side here, we have some QR codes, I would assume with information on the kit. And on the back here, we have our painting guide with all the colors. The callout is for, looks like US Desert Tan here for the overall color, as well as a number of other colors that are called out on the rest of the vehicle. So I haven't opened this kit yet, and I haven't seen what's inside it, so let's take a look. Now, I managed to get this kit from Hobby Sense in Canada. It's out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. And I managed to pick it up for $22.99 Canadian. Okay, so we have one bag. And I don't know what that says, just a piece of paper. Let's open it up. Oh. All right, so let's take a look at the instructions. Fairly beefy manual. Looks to be 15, 16 pages. So we have some information. It says to read carefully before assembly. So it looks like we're going to be starting on the drive assembly, like the drive sprocket and the wheels. We have the lower hull. Then we're going to be moving on to putting on the wheels. Looks like we have link and length tracks here, and actually it doesn't look like it's too much link. It looks more like it's all length of some sort, at least two pieces or more. And then they have us putting in, it looks like, some detail in the rear with some seats, and a part of the internal for the where the turret goes, as well as possibly some radios and other equipment. Back here we have working on the top of the hull on the inside. Again, putting some details in there. Attaching the lower and upper hulls, putting on the rear of the vehicle, and then putting the rear hatch with the doors on the rear. Then we have work on the sides. We have the driver's hatch. Then we'll be moving on to the other parts on the outside here, some panels. Then we have some of our BUSK 3 armor components here, and some other, looks like possibly ventilation or something, maybe air conditioning or something. This was a vehicle, I believe it's based out of Desert Storm, or is it? It is Kuwait 2003, so actually not Desert Storm, a long time after that. We have more armor going on the side skirts. Same with the other side. And then we start work on the turret, the smoke dischargers, the main armament with the coaxial machine gun. More armor being put on, looks like a periscope. And carrying on to the rear, and then the hatches, and the I think this is a camera system for the crew commander. And what else do we have here? We have covers for it, so it looks like you can do it open or closed. And we have the armor, or the armored glass that goes around the both the loader and the crew commanders. Sorry, that would be, sorry, I believe it's the gunner and the commander's hatch. and followed that by the tow missile system and some antennas, and then finally putting the turret on top. They're showing the sprues here, and then your color callouts again here. So they're both showing with the Meng AK, they call it, and then the water-based accretion colors. So that's all that's in there. We have our decals. Let's take a look at those. All right, so not a lot in this kit. Not a lot required anyway. The actual vehicle doesn't have a whole lot, but they look like they're good for their scale. Looks like you can kind of read what it says, which is really nice. Okay, let's get on to our sprues. So our first sprue here, we have our upper hull, and looks like the sides of our bottom of the lower hull. So let's look at the detail here. You can see we have some really nice detail here with the grates. Looks really sharp. We have, looks like our arms here for the and the suspension for the lower hull, and we got our lights. Everything's looking good, no flash. This is a kit from 2024, so I wouldn't expect there to be any real issues with it. Meng is generally really good. We also have looks to be our front armor plate. Let's see, our next one. Your next sprue here is, looks to be the internals and the back of the vehicle. So we have, kind of looks to be the floor. We got this shield part here that goes around the turret for where it sticks into the vehicle. We have our seating. We have our rear hatch, inside and outside. Driver's hatch, looking good for 1/72. The detail is really nice. You can see in here, we have our fans in here behind this grating. You can see the detail looks really nice, as well as we have our rear lights. Generally, it looks like there's no issues. Really good small detail. We'll move on to our next one. So here we have our, this would be the turret, and we have, looks like this is everything for the turret. I'm not seeing anything that I easily recognize as being for elsewhere on the vehicle. So again, details looking really nice. You don't have any anti-slip or anything like that at this scale. It's really hard to get that, you know, that level of detail, and I think it would be kind of wasted. So the antennas look really good. And as you can see, no ejector pin marks that I'm seeing that should cause any issues. There are a few on the insides of the parts. That's to be expected. No one's going to really see that. Looks like we have our main gun here. And the muzzle detail is actually really nice. You can see the I guess those would be grooves in there for the barrel. Looking good. And our antennas. We'll move on to our next sprue. We have our side, looks like our side skirts here with the looks like some pins here, some alignment pins for the armor here, which we have our BUSK 3 armor, and we have our drive sprockets and probably our return rollers, or yeah, our return rollers here. The hitch is actually looking really nice. The detail is really sharp for this scale. The one thing I don't like is the attachment points right here and here. They unfortunately looks like they they're going to cause an issue removing. Although you could you may be able to hide that behind the skirts. And it does carry on the detail behind here. So as long as you cut it down, it should work just fine. And you should be able to maintain that detail. It's unfortunate that they had to do that. Kind of would be nice if they could attach it elsewhere. And again, we have some more return rollers. Okay, and here we have our next sprue. And this looks to be our little details here. We have our, looks like Pioneer tools here. We have our pickaxe head. Looks to be the handle for the pickaxe. Smoke dischargers. We have our armored glass frames. And here's our open door for the commander's viewports, or could be the gunner's viewport. And then here we have our closed version, so you can have it open or closed. We have our, looks like the ends of our tubes here for the anti-tank missiles. And it's looking really good. Again, I don't see any ejection pin marks. All right. And then our final sprue of our gray plastic here. We have our track pieces here, including some curved ones, which is really nice to see. So I think that'll help. It's a lot easier than doing the actual links. And it's just nice that they don't have rubber band tracks. I'm just looking to see if there's ejection pin marks in there. I'm not seeing any, which is really nice. And then we have our, let's see here, we have our idler wheel, it looks like, and our road wheels. I'm not sure what these parts are. Again, looking for ejection pin marks on those. I'm not seeing any on the face. And the rear is looking really good as well. So I don't think you'll have any issues with that. Finally, we have our clear parts. Bag stapled up. Okay, so we have our glass parts for our armored glass, which go around the commander and the gunner's hatches. And then we also have the glass for the camera system and sight system that's on the top. I'm not sure if that's for strictly the gunner or both the gunner and the commander. So I'm not an expert on that. So and again, they're looking really nice, clear. You can see that there's not a lot of distortion on that. So I don't think we're going to have any issues. So that's it for my review of the Meng 1/72 scale M2A3 Bradley with BUSK 3. If you keep watching my channel here in the near future, you should see me building this, hopefully maybe by summer. And I think it'll turn out really nice. So thanks again for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the future. Bye for now.